Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Today it's time to have a look at some sales which are going on in War Thunder for D-Day and also the Battle of Midway, and also a little bit of an event which is going on for the Battle of Midway as well. One of the things to note is if you do want to buy anything off the Gaijin store, you can use my partner link and you'll get yourself my decal and also a discount on stuff which isn't already discounted. So you basically get a 3% discount on any purchase, which is quite nice. And overall, over this weekend, there is going to be a dev server, and also we have the Battle of Midway stuff, the history pages stuff, the dailies, the specials, everything's going crazy again, once again in War Thunder. You have a few days reprieve, then everything goes nuts. It's always something going on in War Thunder. You just gotta find out what it is, I suppose. So for the Battle of Midway event, there are two decals which are available. You have the Battle of Midway decal and also the emblem of the USS Yorktown. Now, in order to get the Battle of Midway decal, all you have to do is play 3 battles in American or Japanese vehicles of rank 3 and above with activity 70% or more to achieve the decal. So that should be pretty easy to get. And then the next one, the USS Yorktown, all you got to do is score 10,000 points in naval battles of rank 3 and above to achieve the emblem of the USS Yorktown. The points multiplier is listed in the description of the task. Now, what's kind of interesting about this decal is you can do it at the same time as the History Pages event if you have those vehicles unlocked, so you can do them kind of together. You can also do both of these decals together if you want to in Naval, as long as you get the activity, which is a little bit harder to get in Naval, but you can still do it. Now, when it comes to the sale for the Battle of Midway, they are 50% offing the Pacific 2022 bundle. Now, the Pacific bundles are always really good cost efficiency bundles. Basically, what you get in them is a premium aircraft, some premium time, GE, and also you get the Pacific campaigns, which, are single player content, which you can even play when War Thunder is down. The nice thing about the single player content is they actually have some movies in them, or they have like short videos, and guess who actually voices them? Stephen Fry, of all people. So you can actually get Stephen Fry in War Thunder, which I always think is pretty cool. So if you buy this bundle, it's $15 overall. You get yourself access to 1700 GE and also 30 days of premium account. So just those together already cover the $15 worth of value. And then on top of it, you get a premium A6M5 Co and also a premium YP38 for the US. The A6M5 Co is one of the best grinders for Japan when it comes to the aviation tech tree. It can get you through pretty much all of the propeller section of the tech tree very quickly, and at the same time is incredibly easy to fly. It has really good climb rate, it's really good at defensively flying, it's very easy to annihilate targets. The only thing that you are kind of struggling with is that its guns aren't the best, and also since it keeps getting up BR'd, or at least Zeros in general keep getting up BR'd, it's eventually going to face vehicles which have more energy retention. But the thing is, this thing turns amazingly. It's one of the easiest planes to fly in a defensive nature. It is a fantastic aircraft overall to be able to use. Also, at the same time, the YP38 is definitely not as easy to use. It is one of those vehicles which does have a few little quirks to it. Once again, it takes a little bit of time to get up to altitude, but once it does get up to altitude, you can use it as a very, very good boom and zoom aircraft. You just need a little bit more patience in it than the A6M5 Co. What is interesting about the YP38 compared to the A6M5 is they have kind of counter different playstyles. They are completely different from each other. So if you're looking for experiences which are different and playstyles which are different from each other, those, are not too bad picks. And since they're both premium, you get bonuses when it comes to SL and also RP, and it can get you, ground through the specific tech trees. The only issue on top of the vehicles is the fact that they're not very useful outside of aviation missions. So if you're looking to use them in ground or naval, they're not really going to have a great use apart from an air superiority fighter, which the A6M5 Co at least can do extremely well. So that is something to think about. But all I've got to say this bundle is always really good value. It's always good to pick up. Even if you already have the premiums, it's actually worth it for the premium account and G that you get out of it. It's such a silly deal. It is very, very hard to miss. They're also doing a D-Day 2022 bundle, and this is also 50% off. And what you get in this bundle is the Typhoon Mark 1B, the P-51D-20, the Sherman Firefly 1C, and also the Cobra King, weirdly enough, even though it wasn't there at D-Day, it was there afterwards. So you also get access to 37 days worth of premium account and also 4,000 GE. This bundle overall is $46. The GE itself is around about $20 and the premium time is about $10. So what you're getting here is 4 vehicles for approximately, approximately maybe $15 is the way to put it. So overall about $3 to $4 or $5 a vehicle, which isn't that bad for the vehicles which are on offer. All of these fit in lineups really well and generally are not bad individual vehicles if you haven't ground through those parts of the tech tree already. They also can all be used for dailies and all be used for specials since they're all rank 3 and above, which is fantastic. Let's have a look at the individual vehicles themselves. So having a look at the vehicles that are available in this bundle, all of them are pretty decent pickups. There's no real bad vehicle here out of the 4. All of them are pretty decent and all have pretty good lineups around them. So when we have a look at the P51D20NA, this one is at rank 4. It's got a ridiculously high reward for a sell, but remember the reward for RP, I do have a 30% booster going, so it is a little bit higher than it should be. But the reward for a sell is fantastic, and also at the same time, this thing has a really low repair cost, so you can make a bunch of SL with it super easily if you need to. Also, at the same time, because of how big the aviation tech tree is for America, you can research all of these vehicles plus some up here with just the P51D20NA. It is one of the weaker P51s, but that doesn't mean that it isn't good at its BR. Generally, American aircraft have been going down in BR when it comes to propeller heads for a while. The main reason is because people don't really know how to fly them. Most of them are energy fighters which can't, turn fight. Like the P-51, for example, has 2 really good turns in it, and then after that, it runs out of energy. So if you can't kill a target within 2 turns, well, you're just out of luck when it comes to the vehicle. So you have to be able to engage a target quickly, take them out, and then move on from that point. The other thing is it does have 650 cals, which are very nice to have, and it does get access to 2 1,000-pound bombs. So you can use this as a CAS aircraft anywhere up to probably about 5.7. It can be useful, and then once you get to 5.7 or around that BR, you probably should be using some other vehicles which are in the tech tree, such as the Bearcat or even the P-51H once you get up to 6.3. But this can be a completely fine CAS aircraft. It can guarantee you a kill with the bombs, and then after that you can dogfight with the 50 cals. You can also kill lighter skin targets with the 50 cals since they have some pretty good general penetration. You also have a ton of rounds, so you can stay in the battle for a long time, giving you decent longevity. The next vehicle is the Cobra King. Now, the Cobra King is one of those which used to absolutely stomp everything that existed because it was at 4.7. Now it's at 5.3, it's not as good, but still completely fine as a vehicle and still has a pretty good lineup around it. You've got the Slugger, the M4A276 if you need some firepower, you've got the Jumbo, and basically the Cobra King is just a copy of the Jumbo overall. And even though it's only got the 75mm, its armor is pretty nice. It works pretty well. You've just got to make sure not to angle it too much because you can shoot through here pretty easily. The major limitation of this vehicle is its lack of firepower. Its mobility is good for a heavy tank, and its survivability is very good. The only people you'll struggle against is stuff such as the good old Germans, since they keep getting their vehicles downed over and over again. It isn't as powerful as it used to be, but it is still completely fine, and also it has pretty good rewards on it to be able to grind through the tech tree. For me personally, I think that there are stronger vehicles around these BRs now, such as the Hellcat and the Black Cat, and then also at 6.7 you just have a stomping lineup for America, but you can use the Cobra King to try and get there. Just understand that the gun may not be the best for many people. You're going to have to aim for cupolas quite a lot of the time. You're going to have to aim for side shots. You're going to have to aim for barrels to take them out and then maneuver around. So it's not just a simple point and click machine as many others are. When it comes to Britain, you have the two vehicles. So first of all, you have the Trizniak, and the Trizniak, of course, being the Polish Sherman Firefly. It is basically exactly the same as the standard Firefly. There's no difference between it apart from it has, you know, the Trizniak title and also the bonuses of being a premium. So you get some nice additional little you get some nice additional rewards on it, but that's really about it. So it has okay mobility but not the best, struggles when it comes to gun depression. Its reload's generally good, its gun pens a lot for 4.7 and also has a 50 cal on it, so you can deal with lighter skin targets, which is quite nice. No reverse, which is a big problem with it, but generally it is not too bad overall as a general vehicle. For me personally, I really like the Trizniak, and it also fits in a really nice lineup. You got the standard Firefly, you got the Churchill Mark 7 as well, and the Avenger for firepower with the 17-pounder. You also have the Istavark, which got added as well, giving it a little bit more usability. So you've just got a really nice lineup here. Sometimes I default to this lineup to do my dailies, which, you know, obviously is quite nice to do since it's overall quite a nice lineup. And then the Typhoon Mark 1B, this one is in aviation, once again at rank 3, so you can do dailies and specials with it, and also has pretty good rewards on it. So this thing is very similar to the P51, where it is an energy fighter. It is not one which turns very well, especially at high speed. This thing locks up really hard at high speed, so you've got to be super careful about that. But it does get a 2 1,000-pound bomb drop, so it's perfect for CAS, for the 4.7 lineup, for the 4.3 lineup in general, and also has 20mm to back it up, which can do a ton of damage. And since you already have the this modification here, the spread on the weapons is a lot less, so it'll be easier to use. You can also bring some RP3s if you want to overpressure stuff like AAs and things like that, but generally I find the bombs to be a better option just because they're more guaranteed a kill as long as you land them near the target. Also engine injection to keep the engine rolling. This thing will overheat quite easily, but generally it's not, you know, too bad in that way. Overall, I'd say it's a really fantastic vehicle. All four of them are really good and definitely worth like $4 or $5 each, which is what they are right now. But at the same time, if you've already ground past these areas, or you don't like the energy fighting playstyle, or maybe you don't like, you know, the heavy tank playstyle, then obviously give them a miss. You know, they're not needed. There are tech tree variants of pretty much all of these things. So, you know, you've got tech tree P51s, tech tree Typhoon, tech tree, you know, Sherman Firefly, tech tree Jumbo. So you can get similar experiences in the tech trees, but what all these vehicles do is they bolster your lineups and also give you a bit more RP and SL, which can be quite nice. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank Nicholas Richardson, Elove Goat, Pyman675, Winter Scientist, Merciless Reaper, Jerry Prevolt, Megadino King, Orange Tail, Teddy, John Ryman, Universe, Ambrosius McClellan, Daniel Stanton, Moxie, B. Young, Uncle Bean, Sem Arslan, Derek R., Bareen, Lafouche, and Samuel Slick for supporting the channel.